Hi, Anna. Let's take a look at this essay you've sent us, the Olympics. Here we go. Many people believed, I don't know why believed, it should just be believe, present tense. Many people believe that Olympics is not essential. It should be the Olympics. Let's try it again. Many people believe that the Olympics is not essential in the present day, but I strongly disagree due to the fact that the Olympics is one of the very important events in the world. This essay will discuss both issues using examples from research and studies from different universities and sports facilities to demonstrate and prove arguments. Okay. Fine in the second sentence, but this first sentence has a problem for me. Let me explain to you what that problem is. Look what you told me. You said many people believe it's not important, but I disagree because it's one of the very important ones. So, in other words, this is not a because. You haven't given us a reason why it's important. What you've just said is, I disagree and believe it is important. So, using because here, where is that? Yeah, due to the fact. No, it's not due to the fact that you think it is. When you say something like because or due to the fact, you have to show the reason why you disagree, not just your opinion and that you do disagree. I hope that makes sense. So, if you're going to use something like this, I strongly disagree due to the fact or because, then you have to give an actual reason. So something like the Olympics promotes world peace, or the Olympics gives a chance for athletes to really outdo themselves and surpass the limits of the human body. So those are things that belong to a phrase like due to the fact that or because. Okay? Hopefully that makes sense. Let's move on. Firstly, the Olympics is known as the greatest game or festival in the world. This is an event wherein all the best athletes in the world gather and compete to show their best knowledge. I don't like that, best knowledge. And competency in the sports they were trained in for several years. Well, usually not several years, usually their whole life, but okay. Athletes who participate in the Olympics develop, in general, not in past, self-discipline and maintain a positive attitude. For example, recent empirical research by the Greek, with a K, government demonstrated that over 95% of the athletes around the world choose what? I don't understand this. Let's try it again. 95% of the athletes around the world choose who participated in this event. Okay, let's try it again. 95% of the athletes around the world chosen to participate in this event deal effectively with people and manage their emotions efficiently. Okay, okay, what's your point here? Is your point that the athletes develop these wonderful soft skills? That's great that they do, but remember the idea is that this is no longer important in the 21st century. So if you're going to tell me something like this, then it's also really important to show me why that proves your argument that the Olympics is still relevant, okay? So what you needed then was something to say, for example, these are skills that are absolutely required in the 21st century, and therefore it is further proof that the Olympics, as how can I say this, okay, basically that the Olympics helps to develop these skills in people, okay? So you needed to add that second thing because the idea is why it's important. All right, let's move on. Secondly, this is the time, which is the time. You've now switched paragraphs. I don't know where you're going. So starting off with a pronoun like this is not effective. You need to tell me what we're talking about, okay? Because you had a million different nouns in this previous paragraph, so I have no idea now what this refers to. You need to state it clearly. So, secondly, the Olympics is the time where when actually countries all over the world are united for common visions, which are respect. I don't like this common visions, for common goals or common virtues, perhaps, which are respect, excellence, and friendship. There are different events for people with disabilities, IES, women, and younger ages to participate without discrimination. Okay, an extensive study by New York University showed that women and people with disabilities, IES, develop their self-esteem because they joined the Olympics. Therefore, it is clear to continue Olympics in the 21st century gives athletes something to look forward to, and you need to get rid of this too. Okay, here you did that a little better. You linked it back to this idea of why, excuse me, the Olympics are relevant and important. My one concern here with both of your arguments is that you show, and you focus on rather, why the Olympics are important just to the people participating. What I wanted to see, and I think it's not just I want to see, but it's the purpose of this essay, is to also show how, in general, for the world, the Olympics is still important and it's still relevant. Okay, that's what's missing for me here. And it just, the focus seems a little narrow. So remember, why is it important for the world in general? All right? So let's see. From the arguments and examples given, I firmly believe that the Olympics is still important in the 21st century. Careful, because your expression here is almost identical to this. All right, it's similar enough that it's going to raise a red flag to the examiner. It is predicted that the Olympics is no, if it's a prediction, then it's will. So it is predicted that the Olympics is the only sports event that athletes around the world will increasingly give importance to. No, you can't use than here. The grammar is off. Let's try it again. It is predicted that the Olympics will be the only sports event that athletes around the world will increasingly give importance to. Done. Okay, that's a better way to do it. So clearly here, Lee, we've got some grammar mistakes. Some of them create some problems. And also I wanted your task achievement, I wanted your topic development to be a little fuller and maybe a little wider in its scope. But grammar is something I want you to really be careful of, okay? I want to move on. We've spent quite a bit of time on this. Let's look at your shoe sales. I don't know how to interpret the graph. All right, really? Let's see why. The bar graph shows the amount of income. It's not income. No, it's talking about sales. So I want you to think, for example, shoe sales. What do they mean? They mean that how many shoes did I sell, basically? And it's not income because one pair of shoes could have cost $10 and another pair of shoes could have cost $100. So we're not talking about the income, but we're talking about the quantity of shoes sold. Okay, so using income is the wrong word here. Let's try it again. The bar graph shows the number of shoes sold in popular leather types in different countries in Europe in the year 2018. Okay, good. Brown leather shoes, get rid of shows. I don't know why you have shows here. Brown leather shoes are more popular with the citizens in European countries such as Poland, Germany, Ireland, France, and Holland compared to black shoes, full stop. The largest number of shoes sold is from black leather shoes, which are from Hungary. I don't understand that. Let's see. Which were sold, the largest number of black leather shoes were sold in Hungary with almost 150,000, and the lowest number came from brown leather shoes in Belgium at 5,000 shoes. Among the countries in Europe, France had, past tense, the smallest amount of sales of leather shoes compared to other countries. Are fine. Okay, for the black leather Okay, for the black leather shoes, comma, no income, Hungary had the biggest sales, followed by Italy, then Belgium, then UK. Germany and Ireland had the same amount of income for black shoes. France, hot, you mean had, I guess, the lowest sales for black leather shoes. Okay, so I don't understand why you had a hard time interpreting this graph. I don't know where the disconnect happened, but I want to help you with it a little bit. And give you some suggestions. First of all, let's see. You have to realize that every single task one, no matter what kind of chart or diagram it is, absolutely has to have an overview if you expect to get a band 6 and higher, okay? You do not have an overview, and therefore this would not get a band 6 for task achievement. Also, another problem is that there was very, very little in terms of data. You focus on a couple of details, but I absolutely do not have an idea. Like if I didn't have this in front of me, I would not have a clear understanding of what you're looking at. So let me help you a little bit in how I personally would organize this. So it's all about grouping, okay? Because you have 18 different pieces of data. You cannot and should not mention them all, but there are some key ones that you should talk about. So let's discuss that a little bit. All right, I would start off with, first of all, my overview. After you do your introduction, that's fine. Then I would say that sales of the two different shoe colors varied among the countries, with Hungary selling the most shoes of all. And let's see. And then, oh yeah, or you could have said with Hungary selling the most black leather shoes and Poland selling the most brown. That would have been an okay overview. Or you could have said that black leather shoes were most popular in Hungary and the lowest sales of all shoe types were brown leather shoes in Belgium. All right, so just giving like a highest and a lowest or giving like an overall impression of what you're looking at, that would have been a decent overview here. What you don't want to do in your overview is give any data. So, because then it's not an overview, it's just details. So here is how I would deal with this particular graph. I would start by saying that the highest shoe sales throughout the 9 countries occurred in Hungary with black leather shoe type with the black leather shoes at whatever number this is. What is it, like 140,000? Okay, this was followed by black leather shoes in Italy. Okay, among black leather shoes, I would say this was followed by Italy at 125,000, and then Belgium at 105,000. Black leather shoes sold between 50 and 100,000 in UK, Germany, Ireland, Holland, and Poland. Only France sold under 50,000 black leather shoes at 35,000, whatever that is. And then you're done with black leather shoes. And then you do something very similar for brown leather shoes, okay? So then you can say, brown leather shoes sold the most of this type in Poland at 135,000, followed closely by Hungary and Germany. Okay, and Italy sold just over 100,000 brown leather shoes. And then you could say Ireland, Holland, UK, and France all sold between, this is about 75,000, between 75,000 and 100,000. Only Belgium sold around 5,000 brown leather shoes. And then you're done. Okay, so you see what I did is I grouped these middle numbers together because they're really not that important. You have to try to group things here. So this is one way to do it. Obviously, there are many other ways, but it's just a suggestion for how you should be thinking about these. All right, we spent a lot of time on this set of essays, so go ahead and correct them, return them back to us, and let's see what you come up with yourself in your next set of essays. Good luck.